Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
The other names we're talking about who are missing, Rohit Sharma is very much there. He's captain. We've evaluated that. Ajinkya Rahane, Cheteshwar Pujara. They've been an integral part of India's test setup. How do you look at this omission? A one-off or a message to the stalwarts, Ajay?
I look at it as it's sad. I mean, my simple first reaction is sad. If it was done a year and a half ago when India was still at the top, winning everything, I would have probably backed that decision. But at this stage, after losing first series that they've lost, that is unfair because then you're looking at these two and singling out and if that's not the way to build sides for me. A year and a half ago, I would have probably backed that decision. India's looking forward because this team does not belong to an individual. It's not about individuals. Whatever best possible and the way you want to play. When Virat Kohli wanted to play that aggressive cricket, you didn't allow that to happen. Once he's also gone and teams lost, now changing them, they've done enough. I mean, Cheteshwar Pujara scored enough runs. Rahane has done well enough. You carried on. Now, when the home series come, you've said goodbye to them. I don't know whether it's a permanent goodbye or not, but generally, when the series happens in India, no batsman fails. I mean, I can't remember a series where many batsmen have come back after an Indian series. Comebacks may happen when you go to overseas tours. So it's almost the end for both of them, and I feel sad about it that it's happened at the back of losing a series. Because then what it tells me is still rejections and it's still not selection.
Of course, the message from the selection committee is that this is selection only for the series. And of course, they continue to play in the Ranji Trophy DK. But yes, for two stalwarts like Rahane and Pujara, it's you almost want anyone in any format to leave at the right time, perhaps even on their own terms.
I think that's a hard one, isn't it, in Indian cricket?
Not that we're writing them off.
It's a hard one in Indian cricket. I don't think over a period of time many people have had the opportunity to say goodbye the way they wanted. It's always been a sad story, and that's how it is going to be. There's Ajinkya Rahane and Pujara for the moment, at least for this series. It will be somebody else later, and that's how it's always going to roll. But look, I think again they have Ranji Trophy. There's just the one test series after this, and after that there's a long break as well. I think till the end of the year there's just the one test series. I think a couple of matches or 3 matches at tops. They play the one off against England, so there's not many test matches. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it's going to pan out after the end of the year, because they aren't playing any test cricket. They're playing the one test, then there's World Cup, and then there's a couple of home series where they're focusing completely on T20. So time is running out, to put it in so many words.
Yeah, and for Rahane, maybe he also has the option of showing his wares in perhaps a shorter format of the game. For Pujara, we're not going to exactly see him score 500 runs in the IPL, which he's not going to do. But so for someone like Pujara, Ajay, it becomes even tougher as a single format player.
No, absolutely. And Ajinkya has also been a single format for India at the moment. So when you leave them out of that one format, I don't see them coming back. I mean, I hope I'm wrong because, these are stalwarts. I mean, they played 80, 90 test matches, and not just them. There's one more. We'll talk about him probably later, Ishant Sharma. But for both of them, I don't see, them coming back because one, there is enough talent that's around. The next generation that's come and pushed them, there is enough talent, and they've not, to be fair, it's not that they've had best seasons and they've done exceptionally well, but this can happen to all players. So as a team, as a unit, the disappointing part is that because they lost in South Africa, you lost the captain, now you lost 2 more players and maybe one more with them. That is the sad part, because one loss after 3-4 years should not be making these decisions. If you are building a side, an ongoing side, you could have made this decision 1 year ago, 6 months ago, even before going to England or before going to Australia. We had a great tour, but I'm saying you could have made that decision there, and still there were players who could have replaced, because there'll always be players to replace. There is no player I feel who can never be left out. Yes, there can be. But when you're building sides, there's a momentum going, there's what's happening. When you lose is the time where, you want to see your same mates around, because I know this is a Sri Lankan series that's coming up, maybe not so tough. But when it's tough times and you see left and right and say, oh, last tough times, you know what happened? That fellow disappeared, this fellow disappeared. That puts in a different fear into people's mindset. And that is why I'm sad. Not for two individuals being left out, because it's an Indian team. You want your best players to play, people who are in form. And these two definitely have not been at their best also.